What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kamon. Still sick, but taking you guys another version of my White Forest deck for August 2024. Banlist is definitely like around the corner, so when the banlist drops, this deck will probably drop. Not drop, sorry, but it'll change. I think this deck is actually pretty good. It takes a very, very good pilot to actually pilot this deck to kind of work around certain things, but I think I actually found a pretty solid list. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, but remember, before we get started, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and remember, I am sponsored by Dueling Guard. If you want to have some super cool mats, deck boxes, and accessories, make sure you guys check out duelingguard.com, link down below, and if you use my code KMON5, 5% off of all your purchases. But anyways, I'm rambling, let's get right into it. So anyways, I'm gonna show you guys main extra inside. It's all over here. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys some of the choices I am making and why I'm running these cards over that card, you know what I mean, if that makes sense. So it is 40 cards, so before you comment, hear out my explanation of why I'm running this over that and that over this and certain ratios, so it makes a lot more sense, you know what I mean. So starting with the monsters, obviously the best one is 3 Stellar, second best one is 3 Zets. These are the best starters in this deck. A Stellar more so over a Zet, but a Zet is a extremely good extender. Extremely good. So we run these 6 right here, and to top it off, I'm still rocking the 2 Sylvie, and I'm rocking the 1 Rusilla? I'm never gonna learn how to say her name, but yeah, I like these 6, 7, 8, 9. These 9 right here, in my opinion, is perfect. Now, there are some arguments to where you gotta run 3 Sylvie or 2 Rusilla, but me personally, how I've been playing this deck, oh, pardon me, I'm still sick. How I've been playing this deck, I like 1 because I never feel like I can't get this card. If it gets banished by like a Bestial, it gets banished by a Bestial, we still have this here, you know what I mean? So it's not that serious, and like, this card does kind of conflict with a certain card that we are running in this deck, but it's a consistency card no matter what. So yeah, this is very standard for me. Maybe if we get more support and or other new tech cards, maybe this can come up to like 2, maybe come up to 3. But so far, I like this ratio a lot. This is what I'm comfortable with personally. Now I know people like to not net deck, but kind of see my build and kind of like play around with it. Just do what you feel like is comfortable for yourself. You know what I mean? And for me personally, again, 3, 2, 1. That's just what I like. You know, 3, 3, 2, 1. That's just the me thing though. But again, if you don't agree with it and you want to run more because you want to see more bodies and monsters, hey man, more power to you. You know what I mean? Other monsters, the toy engine. I am rocking 2 toy soldier and then the 1 toy tank. I did actually cut down toy soldier to 2 instead of just 1 or 3 because the card is great, but it's like I wanted to kind of fix ratios. So the most important thing about this deck is definitely the ratios that it does have in here. This ratio for me, perfect. I love it. Perfect. Everything perfect. I sound like Homelander, right? Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Down to the last molecule. You know what I mean? So that's fine. And this, like, I know it's like, yo, you want to run 3 of these because like you see it plus this, it's full combo. But it's like usually half the time I would draw 2 of these and like I would draw like this, you know what I mean? Like, so I think just 2 and 1 for me has been working out a lot. It doesn't feel as cloggy or anything like that. It feels super right for me. So 2 and 1. But again, if you are one of the many few who like this card at 3 because it's a godsend card, you got to run it at 3. Please feel free to. But I put a lot of hours in this deck and like weeks and whatnot. So like I feel like if you want to run 3, you can, but 2 is just fine. You know what I mean? I don't think it's like that serious to run 3. If that makes sense. Next is hand traps. Now the hand trap lineup is actually very different now, believe it or not. So instead of doing 3 ofs, we're doing a lot of 2 ofs now. So we are doing 2 Ash Blossom, 2 Droll, 2 Ghost Spell, 1 Veiler because it's searchable, 3 Imperm, and then 3 Dominus Purge. Again, these are the best hand traps in here because again, if you see any of your White Forest starters along with a spell and trap card, that is full combo essentially. So these 3 are the only ones these 6 are the only ones I will max out on. Veiler is a one of because it's searchable, No matter what, I can always get Valor either way, so that's why it's at 1. I put Ghost Bell in here for one reason only. I am sick and tired of getting bestialed, bro. If y'all watch the freaking duel that I'm going to post either before or after this, I'm not too sure. Bro, this dude hit me. I summoned out a my only play was literally a Stellar and Toy Soldier, right? Set Toy Soldier, summon this, effect, send this to graveyard. Bro really hit me with a Valor and Druis where I was like, I'm sick, bro. You know what I mean? So crazy. So I decided to just put this in here because, again, this protects you against bestials, and it does fight very well versus Fiendsmith variant-ish decks. This hits Flamebirds. This stops the, I believe it's called the Sequentia from like fusing because it does move them. Like, it's a good card overall. You know what I mean? But again, the biggest thing about White Forest is you don't want to have too many monsters that do nothing. So like, you want to have a good ratio with monsters plus a good ratio with spells / trap cards. But these are the best trap cards in the game at the moment, especially Dominus Purge. People kind of underestimate this card, bro. This card is so good. It stops you from searching. So like, Droll, the only reason why I'm still playing Droll in here is because I'm still on Crossout. If it wasn't for Crossout, I would not be playing Droll. Droll is good versus every other deck in the meta, but it's very bad versus Snake Eye Fiendsmith. It doesn't do anything, essentially. Unless they start off with Bonfire, if that makes sense. So, I'm rambling a little bit, but yeah, these are the ratios I am picking. And definitely try this card out. It kind of faded away a little bit in the meta, but I think it's good overall, bro. Bro, I'm not going to let you call by me. I'm not going to let you bestial me. I'm not going to let you do any of your Sequentia. I'm not going to let you do any of your Engraver. None of that. This card is very, very good. But yeah, 2/2/2, 1/3/3. That's it for those. Spell cards, very standard. 3, Toy Box, very good card. We know what it does. Godsend card. It's a soft once per turn, not a hard once per turn. So, yeah, you know what I mean? 3 of those. 3 Crossout Designator. This is a God card in here. I'm never taking this card out ever, bro. It's like, as much as I like this deck, I gotta admit it can be very frail with certain cards. Again, if my duel I mentioned, getting hit with both of these, if I just had Crossout to hit Valor, my turn would have been good. I would have been gravy and I would have been fine. You know what I mean? But I didn't have it. So yeah, Crossout is one of those cards where like, I'm glad it's here. I'm never taking it out. It's too good to take out. Yeah, so yeah, 3 Crossout at all times. And then for consistency, I actually did put back in the Pot of Prosperity because of Dominus Purge. There are many times where like some dark monsters are unplayable, if that makes sense, or they're just vanillas, as I get one commenter saying the entire time, but misses my entire flipping point of playing Dominus Purge. But you know, we're not gonna get into that. If you do use Dominus Purge and you cannot use any of your dark monsters that are in here for their effects, you can just Pot of Prosperity them away. Or in general, this card is just super good overall. But if you do not like Pot of Prosperity, you could use Parry Race Map. Parry Race Map is also very good because you can go activate Parry Race Map, search out your Stellar, most of my Stellar effects. So it's kind of the same thing, but Pot of Prosperity is a little bit better because you can like dig through your deck to get to your side deck cards and all your combo pieces and whatnot. So yeah, it's a good card overall. So I think a combination of these 3 is definitely very, very, very good in my opinion. And again, even if you don't want to use this card, you can just pitch it from your hands to a graveyard to use like your Stellar, your Rossilla, your Rosette, etc., etc. But remember, if you do use your Rossilla at any time during this turn and you have this, you cannot use Pot of Prosperity. So keep that in mind. So that's just a little kind of like reminder if you need to know. So that is it for these 6 right there. For the White Forest stuff, so I am still on the 1 Tails. I was trying it at 2, but I decided to actually not run the 2nd Tails, and I decided to run the Beware the White Forest. Now, this card is kind of slept on, bro. This card is nuts. We know what this card does. It searches, but you need to control a Spellcaster or a Illusion monster on the field. What this does, if you control level 6 or higher Spellcaster or Illusion monster, you can target one card on your opponent's field and pop it. Bro, having a board clearer is crazy work, bro. And the best part is, if you pitch this card from your hand for anything, you can set it. So the same thing as this card too. So yeah, I was gonna run 2 of these, but I was running it first. But I'm like, you know, I'm gonna run this instead because like there has been many a times where like my opponent would have like a skill drain, right? I would summon out this one right here, Rosella. Summon out an effect to search, send and search, and then I would chain one of the level 4s to bounce her back, so then I do still get the search off. And then after that, I can get this card right here, summon her again, pop. You know what I mean? Like, it's... I think the card is actually very, very, very good, and it does deal with certain cards, if that makes sense. So, like, if you're scared of your opponent having that face-down imperm or whatever, but before you want to go fully off, you summon out a level 6 or higher Synchro monster, that's Spellcaster or Illusion, activate this, pop that card. Or a monster, you know, if you do attack. Like, if your opponent has a Phantom of Yugioh on the field, and you have one of your things, activate this, target that, pop it. You know what I mean? Which it is possible to actually do. So I think it's definitely worth playing if you really want to try it out. But if not, you know, no big deal. Last spell card is obviously the Call By. God Sent card. I like this card. Come back to 3, please. That is it for those. Trap cards. One reframing. I did put back in the Silhouette Hat Trick, then the one Woes of the White Forest. Talk about this card really quick. This card's actually very, 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 very good into the Snake Eye matchup. So how it works is on activation, you summon yourself on the field. Then on resolution, pretty much target up. You can target monsters or cards your opponent controls up to the number of illusion monsters you control, and they get their effects until the end of this turn, right? And then this can pop a card on the field, spell and trap card on the field. This is really good because again, let's say your opponent's playing Snake Eye Fiendsmith, right? You set this card, right? They go, normal summon now Ash effect, search Poplar, right? Poplar effect, activate in hand to summon. On activation, you will go Hat Trick, right? Summon this out here. Poplar comes out. Since they're turn player, they'll go Poplar effect to search. Then you go chain this effect. And then you'll turn off Poplar, and you'll turn off Snake Eye Ash. So now Ash can't even tribute itself. So having just this card here forces them to go into the Closed Moon Sky card a little bit early, if that makes sense. So this card right here doesn't beat, per se, the Snake Eye board, but it does help you fight against it super well. But anyways, that is 40 cards right there in total. Hope you guys do like the main deck. I think it works out tremendously. And again, if you're not rocking with the, like, Ghost Bell, if you're one of the few chosen ones who don't care about certain hand-up to bestials, alright, bro, my fault for disrespecting you, bro. You know, but me, I care about them, bro. Going on to the extra deck really quick. For the links, we're running a lot of links, but we finally got some cards that we did need. So I just saw before, we are running the 1 Silver Hat Rabbit, the 1 SP Little Knight, the 1 Celine, the 1 Apo, and then the 1 Access Code Talker. We finally got a Celine, so that's why I'm finally running it. I didn't have one before, but shout out to the homie Steven. He actually gave me this one for free, so I'm pretty happy. So yeah, just these right here, very, very standard. I'm not running Lila anymore because I don't think we really need Lila like that. But if you want to take out a certain card for Lila, you definitely can. But I don't think it's that deep to run Lila, if that makes sense. Like, it is what it is, you know? But yeah, these are just fine. And yes, this is a dark type. If you do use Dominus Purge, this is dead. So this is another target for Pot of Prosperity to actually banish. It's no big deal because we can still make other boards to kind of destroy our opponent, not just with Access Code Talkers. So we're still good to go with there. Apple's very good because we do have a lot of bodies, so we can make Apo with either 2 negatives or 3. Celine helps with the like 2, but we can make it with 3 also. SP to SP, and then Silhouette Hat Rabbit is very good too. So that's it for the links. Synchros. Zapper Shrimp for the 2s, for the 6s. 1 Immortal Dragon. This is for the Gen X line, which actually I'll show you after this. How about that? I'll show you after this. It's this is a mainly to be nib proof essentially. So 1 Immortal Dragon, the 1 Sylvia, the 1 Rosella, and then the 1 Coral Dragon round up to the 6s. I don't think you really need Tri-Edge anymore because this kind of helps out even better. And again, you can summon this out, right? You can use the effect to like pitch Woes to pop a card. Effect, set this card. You know what I mean? It will get the effect off of that. So yeah, just normal stuff right there. 8s, still the same 8s. 1 Visas and then the 1 Diabelle's Queen. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, very good cards. For the 10s, Satellite, the 1 Gen X, and then the 1 Chaos Angel. And again, if you want to cut these with Pot of Prosperity, you can do it if you're so worried about, oh, my dark stuff. Although I wouldn't banish this, I'd keep this because you can still summon this out in defense mode, you know what I mean? And you'll still be good to go from there because unaffected by like monster effects still. But yeah, these two can kind of come out too if you really want to. But this card is sick. This is how you beat Fiendsmith, Yugioh, and just light and dark in general. So what it does while it's on the field, when your opponent activates a monster effect, with an attribute, obviously, you can banish the same attribute from your graveyard to negate and destroy that monster. And you could do this for as many attributes as you have in your graveyard. So if I have light and dark, I can negate a light and dark once per turn each. You know what I mean? So again, this is your 5th summon here. And if they want to go Nib, you go banish a light, negate, and destroy that. If they want to go a dark, banish the Immortal Dragon, negate, and destroy that. You know what I mean? That's what you can do. And do not worry, because you summon this properly, you can get it back with your Diabells. Diabells does summon from the extra deck, graveyard, or banishment. So keep that in mind. And since it was properly synchro summoned, you can bring it right back if need be. So yeah, that is it for these right here. Extra deck for me is very solid, but yeah, if you want to change it around, you can do so too, but this is what I like. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Now the side deck, didn't change too much, but it's still pretty good. Starting off with the 3 Mochi. This card's very good. You get certain decks, not against all decks, but certain decks is very good. I'd only main this in my Timpine, but in here it's a very good side deck. So 3 of those, along with the 3 Spooky Dogwoods. These cards will actually conflict with your Dominus Purge if you do use it from your hand. So keep that in mind. So if you want to go draw phase, activate this, and then activate Dominus Purge after, you can do that because then these effects are already active now. So kind of keep that in mind and don't forget. So other than that, these cards are too good to like not run in the side deck. So definitely keep running them if I was you. That's just a me thing though. Other stuff, 1 Mag and 1 Druid Swarm. Again, they're in here because it's very good versus the Fiendsmith Snake Eye deck and like Fiendsmith, Yubel, and they're good cross-out targets. That's why they're in here also in the side deck. Cross-out. I would main them, but I decided to actually main the Ghost Bows instead because, again, these would actually conflict with the Dominus Purge. If I do activate Dominus Purge and then I do draw one of them, I can't do it anymore. So that's why they are in the side deck again, because of cross-out targets and just good overall in general. You know what I mean? So that's it for those. Spells. Lightning Storm and then 1 Duster just to clear out back row. So that's all it is. I was running Cosmic Cyclone before, but I think these are a little bit better because these kind of just clear out everything, either back row or monsters. I use this on monsters a lot of the time actually too, believe it or not. So boom and boom, you know, at all times. 3 Skill Drain because why not? Good card, we could turn it off at any time, good against my opponent. The last card is obviously the 1 Anti-Spell Fragrance. It's a good card overall to play, so I will be playing it if I can. But yeah, anyways, let's go on to the combo to beat Nib, BRB. Okay, so for the combo to beat Nib, it is literally just these 2 cards. So you can outplay Nib, and you can still play even more, if that makes sense. So, and like this, it's so easy, bro. Now, again, disclaimer, I'm just showing you how to do the combo. If you have a Ash Blossom Imperm, then you lose. Yes, I know. I have to explain that because when I don't explain that, people in the comments will be like, that's a cool combo, but if they have Ash, it's over. It sucks. Bro, I know, I'm just explaining how this combo works to beat a certain hand trap. Anyways, all you're gonna do is do this. Activate Toy Box effects. Set these 2 from your deck. You know, very easy. Next, you're going to normal summon out your Asteria. That's summon number 1. Asteria effect sent to graveyard. Summon out your Sylvie. Number 2, so channeling 1, channeling 2. Summon number 2. Summon number 3. You're going to resolve this, and you will search out your Tails. On a new res effect, you'll search out your Roselia, right? This is already 3 summons only. Before you do anything else, you want to use your tails here, and you need to search out your Azet here. You need this card in your hand off rip. Now, what you want to do, Synchro Summon these two together, and then you will go into your Mortal Dragon, summon number 4, and now you'll Synchro Summon these two together, and now you'll summon out your Gen X, summon number 5. And again, if they want to nib you, you have Asteria or this to banish to negate that. Any Bestial, you have this to banish also. So this is how you beat nib. And then from there, you can keep playing. So now with the Azet, we're going to send our Toy Tank to Graveyard here to summon out Azet. Then we can search for another one of Asteria. And now we're going to go Chain Link 1, Asteria, Chain Link 2, Toy Tank, right? Because remember, a Spell and Trap card was sent to Graveyard while it's in the Graveyard. So boom, boom, boom. There we go. Now we're going to go Rossella, activate, summon to the field here. Now, if you want to use her effect now, send this to Graveyard to draw a card, you can, but if you don't draw a Spell Trap card, your turn is going to end essentially. So we're going to keep this here for right now. Now we're going to Synchro Summon these two together first. And then we will summon out our Rossella effect, send Toy Box to Graveyard, and then we're going to get Woes, right? Now we're going to Synchro Summon these two together. And now we will get Diabelle's. Diabelle's effects will actually go off here. And we can add anything back. We're going to add a Toy Box back, just in case, you know what I mean? No big deal. But we're not done yet. Next, what we're going to do, we're going to use Rossella effects. Bounce this one back to our deck really quick. Summon out Rossella here. Now with these two, depending on what it is you're fighting against, but I'm trying to show you guys the most optimal combo. Now Synchro Summon these two together. And then we will go for a Visas. Visas effect, we will search out Reframing. Again, if you wanted to go for this little Hat Rabbit instead, you could do that. But I feel like this is a little bit stronger, right? Now you have these 4 in your hand for free. You know what I mean? Next, reactivate Toy Box. Toy Box effect again because it is a soft once per turn. And we're going to set the other Toy Soldier from our deck. And this one right here because we want to have follow-up for next turn. Next, we're going to set these two right here. And now we're going to pass. And now this is still full combo. You stop light and darks. You have this to stop anything. And now that this is face up on the field, where's it at? Reframing can negate and destroy because this is Visas on the field also. So keep that in mind. And again, you pass, you have interruptions for days. If they try to attack you, Toy Box, send this to Graveyard. You know, destroy that. You have Woes. You have all these things that you can do. And that's only off of 2 cards. So you have these 3 monsters, 5 back row, and then another starter for next turn if you need that card. And then follow up too. So anyways, hope you guys did enjoy that. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe to the video. I'll see you next time, man. Have an awesome one. Peace.